Rolling Out TV sits down with Giselle Robinson, but you probably know him as Young Joc. This young talented individual is not just a rapper, but he is a businessman first. After gaining fame from his first hit single, It's Going Down, which was number 3 on Billboard's Top 100 and number 1 on the hip-hop charts, he linked up with Russell Block Spencer of Block ENT. Spencer had just secured a deal with Diddy's Bad Boy South label, and this helped Joc release his first album, New Joc City, which unexpectedly sold over 1 million copies and earned him his very first platinum plaque. Through his success with his album and ringtones, he made the Forbes list of highest paid rappers in 2006, ranking him number 20, bringing in $10 million for that year. Since, Joc has dropped 2 more albums, started his own record label through Jive Records called Swag Team Entertainment. He owns 2 automotive-related companies, as well as a sunglasses line called Claudio St. James, which his father will work with him on. Coming from the hoods of Atlanta, Georgia, Joc knows what it's like to start from nothing and hustle your way to the top. He holds nothing back as he talks about the hustle moves he made to get him to where he is today, exclusively on Rolling Out TV.
Yo, I want to take the time to say good morning, good evening, hello world, how you doing? You just tuned in to some real official business right here, Rolling Out TV, man. It's your home, man, your best friend and your cousin and all the above, the boy Young Joc, man. I represent Atlanta, Georgia, a.k.a. the Dirty Dirty, you dig?
How does an artist put himself in a position to make money in a variety of aspects?
By exploiting and exhausting all possibilities that may deem themselves as profitable. In the lamest terms, understand when opportunity knocks, understanding the right opportunity and the opportunity you should hand off or the opportunity you should pass up. Understanding that. I think that's my answer for that.
What were the 5 most important lessons you learned as a businessman?
The 5 most important lessons I've learned as a businessman. One lesson would definitely be to pay attention, first and foremost. Because as a businessman, how can you understand, what you're dealing with if you're not focused and not paying attention? Understanding your worth, I think, would be number 2. Because that is very important, because if you don't understand your worth, how can you even sell yourself? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever your product may be, or the services that you could possibly render. If you don't know the worth of what you have to offer, how can you be of a value to anyone? Third of all, I would definitely say be prepared to challenge yourself. Because if you're not prepared to challenge yourself, then what you in it for? You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to become very redundant. It's going to be over the same process. And I think as a businessman, you have to look forward to progression. You know what I mean? Fourth, I would say being passionate about what you do. It's a lot of these same ones I'm saying kind of tie in together. But I think being passionate means, asserting yourself, you know what I'm saying? Pushing a little harder to go over and beyond what's expected of you. Last but not least, I would definitely say having a love for yourself. And I know this may sound crazy to people because they probably want to hear some more direct answers, but having love for yourself is it's almost like I said, self-worth. Having love for yourself, man, and so many things that fall up under that category. Having self-respect for yourself, pride for what you do, integrity for who you are, and your self-worth, as I said earlier. And, I think that's important.
How has the recession affected the music industry in your estimation?
It's crazy. For like a cat who done seen success, anybody could blame something on a point or a period in time because it has a name, the recession, and we know what it means. But it's kind of hard to say, because if you had a great year last year and this year come around and you didn't sell as many albums, you really can't blame it on the recession. You possibly could, but then who knows? Is it the recession or the fans just didn't adhere to what you were saying this go around? You know what I'm saying? So I think what it has done, it's made it to where it's a lot of things you don't see anymore. You don't see posters out on the, you remember the color, the yellow, the red, the black, the purple, the blue. You don't see them no more. Like posters and stuff. You see a little bit of it. You don't see as much put into promotions. Budgets are shorter, they're smaller. You know what I mean? Well, video budget, you could have been $200,000-$300,000 for a video. Now you lucky to get $100,000 from your label for a good video. And so on and so on, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? I can go into this for days, but just to elaborate on your question on what that is.
How do you determine what business ventures you're going to be a part of?
From pretty much using the 5 rules that I've kind of accumulated for business, man. If you gotta sell yourself short, as far as on your integrity and your name, I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? It's just, and it's kind of crazy because this right here could be a question, kind of like a political or religious question. Everybody's got their own opinion on it. You understand what I'm saying? For instance, I did a venture with some guys out of Chicago, Hot Styles. In doing this with them, there were a lot of my peers who looked at me and was like, "You tripping? Like, what are you doing? Like, that shit ain't gonna work. These cats is joning." I'm like, "Well, you said it ain't gonna work, but I'm entertained by it. I find it refreshing. It's something new. In the sense of it being put on music now. You know what I'm saying? It's dissing, but it ain't dissing. It's more of a playful dissing. Some people thought that wasn't something that I should have attached my name to or my brand, and I did it, and it worked for me. So, like I said, it's kind of based off of your opinions, but for me, it's got to make sense.
Does image play a major role in the business industry?
Definitely. Well, for one, have you ever noticed when you get out of school, long after high school, a lot of the cats that was so cool and fresh every day, that image was so great, right? But they turned out to not be shit. Locked up in jail. They look worse than they ever looked in their life when you see them again. Like, damn, you fell off. But the ones who they have not committed all of their time and their interest into their image, you kind of looked at them like the lames because they didn't take the time to wear the polo or the freshest Timbs or whatever, the freshest, cleanest ones, whatever. Hey, it is what it is. You look at them and they straight and they well off. So my whole reason for giving you that is to say, like, the image is so important. It can kind of it will make you more accepted. It'll make you more accepted, straight up. It'll make you more accepted. It's like, oh, I'm going to listen to him because he look cool. The swag he give off is for real. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a lot of imposters out there. A lot of these cats say they so gangster this and gangster that. And then you get a chance to meet them in real life. You're like, this nigga soft as tissue, But you bought into it because the image was what it was. You know what I mean? Just like right now, if I'm dusty in a club, but I'm telling you I got a pocket full of stacks and I ball like this, and like, you're not gonna understand this. You're not gonna be able to relate. You're not gonna say yes. You're gonna be like, no. Image is very important.
On the next Money, Music, and Motion with Young Joc, you don't want to miss.
No. That is a concern of mine. I'm even more concerned now that you're telling me I don't have to worry about it. No, this is important. This is how we feed our kids. You know what I mean?
Stay tuned for part 2 of this exclusive interview as Joc addresses politics, music, and business right here on Rolling Out TV.